and welcome back to my channel. So for this week's review, I'm going to be talking all about the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. So I know I'm very late to the bandwagon and you're probably seeing a million reviews on the Subculture palette, but the day that I bought it, that night is when they announced on their Instagram that they were going to launch Subculture, and I was just like, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna buy Subculture just because of these shades weren't really speaking to me, and then once I heard about the reviews it was very mixed and I'm probably not gonna get it. I mean, I've tried the Modern Renaissance palette and yeah, I've just decided I'm probably not gonna get the Subculture palette as of now. I might wait till maybe later. I feel like I waited so long to get this palette, but anywho, as always in this video I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on the palette. I'm gonna show you guys swatches and I'm also gonna show you guys how I got this eye look using this palette. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more and my opinion, I'm not even sure if you want to know my opinion at this point because I feel like everybody's has already talked about it and right now everyone's talking about the Subculture palette. But you know, I'm going to review it and I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts just in case you haven't got it and you want to learn a little bit more, then just continue. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the product, let's talk about the packaging, yada yada. This is what the palette looks like. It is like a suede material. At first glance, I really did like it because I don't know, I love this material, but it does get dirty very easily and I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of that stain. But it's a very sleek, very beautiful palette. It's a palette like I would love to display. And then when you open it up, you do get a mirror, which I'm very happy about. It is like magnetic closure. You do get a brush inside. So this side is more like a natural hair. I don't know, I wouldn't use this side honestly. It's not soft, you know, and then you get this side, it's more of a synthetic side. This side I probably could see myself using, but it's great that you do get a brush with it, which I do think for the price you do get what you pay for. So in this palette you do get 14 shades, good mixture of cool tones and warm tones. So this guy is $73.90 on beautybay.com. That's Australian dollars. So that's pretty much all I want to say about the packaging and the product. So let's go ahead and get started with the review. Okay, so first off the bat, when I first saw this palette, I was really happy with how it came. I love the packaging. I think this is a palette that you could travel with just because it's compact. It will fit in a makeup bag. It does have a mirror and the shades I just think are very travel friendly. This shade I would use to set my base down, and then you have your transition warmer shades and you just have like shimmer shades in here. I just think overall the variety of colors is pretty good. You can create warm looks, burgundy looks, and also cool tone looks as well. So you can do a lot with this palette. A lot of people are talking about the Subculture having a lot of fallout. I do find that this palette does have a lot of fallout as well. I'm not a person to go heavy-handed with my brush. Like I saw a couple of videos on the Subculture palette and people are complaining about the fallout, but they're literally going in, like they're wanting to dig a hole in this shadow. Like I don't know, I just feel like these shadows are so pigmented, you don't need to have a heavy hand. I literally go 1, 2 and there is a lot of fallout with that alone. I think this has a lot more fallout than the Colourpop ones. I don't have a big problem with fallout. The only thing for me is that it's just really messy. The palette gets messy. Like if you could see my pajama pants, it's covered in shadow. Like it's just a very messy thing to deal with, but as long as the shadow works, I'm not really complaining. I mean, it is what it is. For me, if I just dip it in 1, 2, there will be K-cup and it does get messy. And if I go like this, you still can see some product flying away. I think the softer and more buttery the shadow is pressed, the more fallout it's going to have. I don't know why. I'm not good at science. It is what it is. The shades do blend out very easily. They're super pigmented. When I was swatching these, I was shocked. I was so shocked of how creamy and buttery, like they're just really high quality eyeshadows. I do like them. I just thought I would get a lot more wear out of this palette. I had to rate my go-to palette. As of right now, it would be the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Yes Please palette by Colourpop, and then this palette. I don't find myself wanting to reach to this palette as much. I mean, it does have its warm shades and you can create warm looks, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't find myself wanting to pick this up as I've been wanting to pick up the Jaclyn Hill palette or the Yes Please palette. You know what I mean? Like I get the hype because I'm guessing this came out 2 years ago. I'm not too sure. I'm really bad with years. Like I feel like this came out last year, but it might have came out like like 3 years ago. I don't even know when it came out, but I feel like when this did come out, and the reason why it was so hyped is because there wasn't a palette like this. And the fact that there was these pinky and rosy shades, I think at that time not many palettes had that, and they weren't really wearable shades, but Anastasia made it into a palette where it was wearable. So I think that's why it was so hyped up, you know what I mean, at that time. And since I'm getting this so much later and so many more palettes have came out, to me this is not worth the hype. But I think it's just because I've gotten it so late. I think if I got it when it was like really hyped up, I probably would have been on that bandwagon. But now that I have like so many other palettes that I love, I was kind of a little underwhelmed. Like I was a teeny weeny underwhelmed. Like teeny weeny. I'm not saying I hate it, like I really do love it. I'm gonna use it, I love these shadows, but I was honestly a little underwhelmed, like just a tiny bit. Don't get mad at me, I know this palette is everybody's ride or die palette, I know, like I love it, but honestly I was just a little underwhelmed. So overall, if I had to rate it, I probably would give it an 8.5. 8.5 is a very high mark. I do love it and I will get a lot of use out of it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit pan on one of these shades very soon, eventually. Adore it, but just a little underwhelmed. So that is my review. Let's go ahead and get started with the demo and also the swatches. Okay, first I am taking the shade Tempura. I'm gonna use this shade to set down my eye base. Now I'm gonna be taking the shades Raw Sienna and Golden Orchid. Don't even know how you say that name. I'm going to put this in my crease as my transition shade using circular wiping motions. Now I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines. Now I'm taking the shade Red Ochre, apparently that's how you would say it, and I'm going to put that all over my lid, blending it into the transition. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Cypress Amber, and I'm going to put this strictly on my lids, kind of building up a gradient, a really smoky burgundy eye look. Then I'm going back in with Red Ochre and just gonna bring that color back up in the crease since the blending kind of did take it away. And same thing with the transition. So now I'm going to take Red Ochre and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. And then taking the shade Cypress Amber on an angle brush, I'm going to push this against my lower lash line. And then taking a kohl liner, I'm going to line my lower lash line. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Buon Fresco? I don't even know. It's the Cool Tone Lilac Matte shade. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my eye. Then I'm going to take the shade Vermeil. And I'm going to put that right on top of it. And I'm also going to use Vermeil, or however you pronounce it, on my brow bone as well. And this is the completed makeup look. For lashes, I am wearing Ravishing by Socialize, and for my lips, I am wearing 951 by Colourpop. And that, guys, is gonna conclude my video for today. I hope you guys did enjoy it, even though it's probably like the 100th modern renaissance palette you've ever seen, and you're probably sick of hearing Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know a lot of people are talking about subculture right now. I think the timing of me filming this is pretty bad, but I wanted to get it up, I wanted to review it, and for those of you that haven't gotten this palette, hopefully my video has helped you out in some type of way. But yeah, if you did enjoy it and did find it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up for me, and also I want to know your opinion on this palette. Have you guys tried it? Do you guys want to get it? Let me know your thoughts. Is it your ride or die, or is it kind of like your third place palette like it is for me? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know your opinion. I love hearing what you guys have to say about makeup. I just love chatting about makeup with you guys. Like, you guys just get me, because I don't have any friends in real life that have that same passion. Well, I don't have many friends to begin with, but I don't have friends that share the same passion with makeup with, so it's nice to talk to you guys that love makeup just as much as I do. So leave it in the comments down below, let's chat away. I love talking to you guys. That's all I have to say. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!